Good morning, all. So, in the last two lectures in the mathematics, we have already discussed the natural number, the whole number set, the integer number, the rational number. So, today we will start a new number that is called irrational number. So, from the name it indicates the number which is not a rational number, it is called irrational number. That means the rational number can be expressed in the form of what? P by Q. Okay, rational number is expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q belongs to where P and Q belongs to the integer number and Q is not equal to 0. So this is the rational number. This is the rational number. But what is irrational number? Irrational number is represented by S, which cannot be represented in the form of P by Q, where same thing P and Q belongs to integer number and Q is not equal to 0. So any number which is expressed in the form of P by Q, that is called a rational number, and the number which cannot be represented in the form of P by Q is called irrational number. So what is the example of irrational number? Now see, rational number we know, suppose you take a decimal number that is 0.5. So 0.5 can be expressed as P by Q, that is 5 by 10. So this is which number? This is rational number. Suppose you will take a 0.5 bar. So what does it mean? That means this 5 is continuously repeated, but it is non-terminating. So if you express in the P by Q form, so it will be 5 by 9. These things we have already discussed in the rational class. So 0.5, a finite, that is the terminating decimal, is called a rational number, which can be expressed in the form of P by Q, and a non-terminating and recurring decimal number can also be represented in the form of P by Q, which is called rational number. But what will happen if a number is non-terminating and non-recurring? Okay, non-terminating and non-recurring, in that case the number is called irrational number. For example, if you calculate the value of square root of 2, that is root 2. So if we calculate the value of root 2, so root 2 value can be written as 1.4142135. That means it is non-terminating, also non-repeating type. So this type of number is called irrational number. Irrational number symbol is, let us say, S. Another example, if you take pi, in the circle, what is the circumference? 2 pi r. What is the area of a circle? Pi r square. So that pi, if we calculate, it will be 3.141592635. So it will continue like this. So this pi is a non-terminating, non-recurring type number. So this is also called which number? Irrational number. So other examples of irrational number are, you can say root 3, root 5, root 6, root 7. Exponential function is a function which is called exponential function. So we will read the term in the future classes. So this is also an irrational number, pi. And suppose root 2 is the irrational number. If you multiply 3, then you will get also a irrational number, 3 root 2. Then 2 plus root 3 square root. So these are called which number? Irrational number. Okay. So now, so what is the conclusion? Which type of number is called irrational number? Which type of number is called irrational number? So all non-terminating, all non-terminating and non-recurring, recurring means repeating. So non-recurring, that is repeating type, decimal numbers are irrational number. Irrational number. So write in your note what do you mean by an irrational number. So first definition, irrational number cannot be represented in the form of p by q like rational number, and all non-terminating and non-recurring type decimal number are called irrational number. Okay. Also you can say the square root of a number, the number which is not a perfect square, the number which is not a perfect square, so that number is also called irrational number. For example, suppose you take a number 4. So 4 is the square of 2. So in that case 4 is not a irrational number. 4 is not an irrational number. But if you take 6, so 6 is not a square of any perfect number. Suppose that means you cannot find the square root of 6. So this square root of 6 value, if you calculate, it will never terminate and never recurring. So this type of number is called irrational number. Now we can say the rational number which is represented by q and irrational number which is represented by s, both will come under a new number that is called a real number. Or we can say the real set is the combination of rational set and irrational set. Okay, so q is the set of rational number, s is the set of irrational number, and a combination of rational number and irrational number is called real number. And like rational number, we can also represent the irrational number on the number line. That means the any real number can be represented on the number line. That means any rational number, any real number can be represented by a unique point on the number line. On a number line, particular point gives the real number. Or you can say any real number can be represented uniquely on the number line. Okay, so that is about the irrational number. Now question comes, how will you find the irrational number between two given number? How will you find the irrational number between any two given number? So method 1. So method 1 to find, so our target is how to find an irrational number, between any two rational number. So question will come in your exam like this. So two numbers will be given. Within these two numbers, you have to find the three irrational number or two irrational number like that. So remember, like you know, in the last classes, I had told in between two rational number there are infinite rational number possible. Similarly, in between any two rational number, we may get more infinite number of irrational number. So let us take an example. So first method to find irrational number between p and q. Suppose p is a number and q is also another number which are rational number. which are rational number. P and Q are two rational number. So we have to find three irrational number. Okay, so how to find an irrational number between any two rational number? So let us take the method. Suppose P and Q are rational number, we have to find the irrational number between P and Q. So first irrational number between P and Q is equal to, just multiply P and Q and take a square root. So that will, and remember this square root where PQ is now the square root of PQ will not give a perfect square root, value. That means suppose P is equal to, you take P is equal to 2. Q also take 2. So 2 into 2, 4. Square root of 4 is equal to 2. So that this is not an irrational number. So irrational number is a number when you will find the square root. So that square root value will not give the exact value. That is, it is a value which is non-terminating and non-recurring type. Or you can say PQ product should not be a perfect square of any number. Product of P and Q should not be a square of a perfect number. Okay, or you can say it is not a perfect square of any number. Okay, so let us take an example. Question is, find rational number between 2 and 3. Find rational number between 2 and 6. Sorry. So find irrational number. So you have to find irrational number. Find irrational number between 2 and 3. So what we'll do? So irrational number is represented by S. So S can be taken as, you see. How will you find the irrational number between any two number? Take the square root and take the product of these two numbers, that is 2 into 3. So which is equal to square root of 6. So that means in between 2 and 3, you will get an irrational number which is equal to square root of 6. So this is an irrational number. So now you can say 2 is less than root 6 less than 3. That means this root 6 is an irrational number which lies between 2 and 3. Is it clear? So now suppose I will find another irrational number between 2 and 3. So first I got, this is 2, this is root 6, this is 3. In between 2 and 3 I got one irrational number, that is root 6. Now how can I find the irrational number between 2 and root 6? So in that case we will find between 2 and root 6, another irrational number is that take the square root and take the product of these two terms, that is 2 into root 6. So whatever value will come here, that is the irrational number between 2 and root 6. Suppose you will be asked to find another irrational number in between 2 and 3. So we can take between root 6 and 3, another irrational number is take the square root and take the product. So 3 into root 6. So here 2 is my initial point, 3 is my final point. In between 2 and 3, I got one irrational number 2 root 6, another irrational number root 6, another irrational number 3 root 6. So this is the method to find any irrational number between what? Between any two rational number. This is first method. Is it clear? So now we will start the method 2. Now we will find the Method 2. So for your understanding, you take a homework. For your understanding, you take a homework. Find, question is find 4 irrational number. Find 4 irrational number between 3 and 5. Find irrational number between 3 and 5. Okay, find 4 irrational number between 3 and 5. So you calculate at your homework. So this is homework. So now method 2. So what is method 2? So method 2. Now question is, you have to find the 3 rational number. Suppose we will take the example direct. Here find 3 irrational number. Okay, first find out the rational number between any two irrational number. So find 3 rational number. Find 3 rational number between two irrational number. So this question is a little bit different. That is, in the previous case, we had calculated irrational number in between two rational number. But here it is the reverse. Here we have to find rational number in between two irrational number. So let us say example, in between root 2 and root 5, you have to calculate 3 rational number. Okay, how will you calculate? Okay, now see, root 2. What is root 2? Root 2 value is, if you calculate from the square root method, you will get 1.41421 like this. And what is the value of root 3? Root 3 value is, sorry, this is root 5. This is root 5. So what is the value of root 5? What is the value of root 5? It is 2.23606 up to this. So what is the conclusion? Here conclusion is that suppose this is my irrational number root 2, this is my irrational number root 5. So what is the value of root 2? 1.414. It is continuing. Root 5 2.236 continuing. So now in between this root 2 and root 5 I have to find the 3 rational number. So you see here it is 1.4, here it is 2.2. So in between 1.4 and 2.2 there are so many rational numbers. So let us take a number 1.5. So you see 1.5 is lying between 1.4 to 2.2. So 1.5 is which number? Rational number, because it can be expressed as 1.5 by 10, which is equal to 3 by 2, which is 3 by 2. So this is expressed in P by Q form. So this is rational number. So another rational number you can take 1.6. Another rational number you can take 2.0. So here you see this number are rational number which is lying in between two irrational number root 2 and root 5. Is it clear? So immediately one homework I am giving. So you try at your home. Find the question is find 3 rational number. Find 3 rational number between two irrational number, that is root 3 and root 7. That means you have to calculate the 3 rational number between root 3 and root 7. Root 3 and root 7 are which number? Irrational number. In between these two irrational number, you have to find the 3 rational number. So this is your homework. This is your homework. Clear? So now, method 3. Method 3. So I think you must be following this everything. So whatever homework I am giving, try to do immediately after watching this video lecture. So this is method 3. Now you have to find 3 rational numbers. So method 3, find 3 irrational numbers. Find 3 irrational numbers between root 2 and root 5. So in the previous case, I calculated 3 rational number between root 2 and root 5. But in this method, you have to find 3 irrational number between root 2 and root 5. Imagine, in between two, remember, in between two irrational number, you will get infinite number of irrational number. For your example, I have only considered find the 3 rational number. But practically, in between two rational number, there are infinite number of rational number. In between two rational number, there are infinite number of irrational number. Similarly, in between two irrational number, you will get infinite number of irrational number, like that. Okay. So here, how will you solve this problem? So here you have to calculate 3 irrational number between root 2 and root 5. Okay, you see. So here you have to calculate 3 rational number between root 2 and root 5. Now you see, you take a 2 and you take a 5. So definitely 2 is less than 5. So I can say 2 is less than 2.1, less than 2.2, less than 2.3, less than 5. Is it correct? So I am taking 3 numbers which are decimal number and which is not a square, a perfect square of any number. You see, 2.1 is not a perfect square of any number. Okay, so now in there you choose the 3 numbers which must not be a perfect square of any number, but those are which number? Real number. 2.1 is a real number, 2.2 is rational number, 2.2 is also a rational number. So you choose 3 rational number which is not a perfect square of any number. Just like if you choose 4 in between 2 and 5, there is a number 4, but 4 is a square, perfect square of 2. So this type of number don't select. You select the number in between 2 and 5 which are not perfect square of any number. So in that case, what will do, if 2 is less than this and less than 5, just take a square root of all. So if you take square root of all, then it is root 2, less than square root of 2.1, square root of 2.2, square root of 2.3 and square root of 5. So here you got in between root 2 and root 5, you got 3 irrational number. So this is the method. Is it clear? So this is very easy method. Now immediately you do homework. So test your understanding 3. So question is find 2 irrational number. Find 2 irrational number between root 2 and root 3. So that is your next method 4. So method 4. In the method 4, what we'll do, we have to find. So these are the various methods, these are the various examples you will get in the exam. Suppose method 4. In the method 4, question is find one rational and one irrational and one irrational number between 0.20202 and another number 0.2002 Now see, solution. How will solve this problem? See carefully. So here two numbers are given. Okay, here two numbers are given. Tell me this number and this number. Are they rational number? No. What is a rational number? The rational number is, if you take a decimal number, the rational number must be either terminating or non-terminating with repeating type. But here you see, here 0.20, then after 2 there is two zeros, then after 2 there is 3 zeros, then after 2 there is 4 zeros, like this. So it is never ending. It is never ending. So you can say it is never ending means it is non-terminating and non-repeating also. So no letter is repeating again and again. So this number is which number? Irrational number. Similarly, if you will see here 0.200, 200, 240 like this is also an irrational number. So in between these two irrational number, you have to find one rational number. First we will find one rational number in between these two. Okay, so how will you find the one rational number between this? Okay, question is find one rational number. Okay, so you see here it is 0.202. Here it is 0.200, 0.200, here 0.202. So this whole number, this total number is greater than 0.202 and it is also greater than 0.200. So we have to select one number which is lies between 0.200 to 0.202. So I will select a number 0.201. Now see, this 0.201 is greater than this because it is what? 0.2002. 0.2002. So 0.200 and 0.201. Definitely 0.201 is greater than this. And here it is 0.202 which is less than. So this number is less than 0.202. So this is which number? This is definitely rational number. This is definitely rational number. So here 0.200 and 0.201, definitely this is greater than this. And this is 0.202, this is 0.201. This number is definitely less than this. So this is a rational number lying in between these two. Clear? Now we have to find another irrational number. Another irrational number. You see, here this number is less than this. So I will choose an irrational number which is lying between this and this. So I will choose like this irrational number. So what I will take this irrational number. You see here 0.2002, here 0.2020. So I can choose a number 0.200. Just more than 2 is 3. So 0.2003. Then 3003, 303, 403 up to this. Now see, so this is a non-terminating, non-recurring type. So this is irrational number which is lying in between these two irrational numbers. So this is the solution. So again you take and test your understanding. So practice at your home. So you have to find same question. Find rational and irrational number. Find rational and irrational number in between what? In between 0.101, 001, 001 dot and second number is 0.1001, 001, 0001 dot. So this is for your practice. Okay, this is for your practice. Try at your home. So this is about the what? Irrational number. So just I am briefing the conclusion. So what is the conclusion? I discussed irrational number. What is irrational number? The number which is not a rational number, that is called irrational number. And irrational number cannot be represented in the form of P by Q, where P and Q belongs to integer number and Q is not equal to 0. So now we will start a new, now we will start how we will find the irrational number, how we will represent the irrational number on the number line. That is representation of irrational number on number line. Okay, so this is very important. Again, you will get question on the class test actually in the description. question you will find this type of question, long question. Okay, you may not get the multiple choice question in the entrance examination, but you will get this type of question in your class test. So question is, how will you represent the irrational number on the number line? You cannot represent directly the irrational number on the number line. Why? Because irrational number cannot be represented by P by Q form. So to represent the irrational number, again you have to take the help of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, suppose you see, this is a number line, clear? And this is O, this is A. Now you take OA as 1 unit. The value of OA is 1. And take a vertical line. Take a vertical line from A. And again let us say this is B point. And again you take AB is equal to 1. Okay? If OA is equal to 1, AB is equal to 1, then what is OB? Just take the Pythagoras theorem. 1 square plus 1 square root. That is 1 plus 1, 2. 2 square root. So OB is equal to square root of 2. So now what will do, with O as the center, and OB is the radius, whose value is root 2, draw a arc. So which will meet at, let us say, M point. Now I can say the OM value is equal to root 2, which is represented on this number line. Clear? So now I want to find the root 3. Okay, what is OM? OM is equal to root 2. Just again draw a vertical line from A point. Let us say this is C point. Again you take the length of MC is equal to 1. So OM is equal to root 2, MC is equal to 1. This is 90 degree. Now join OC. So what value will be OC? So OC is equal to OM square plus MC square root according to which law? Pythagoras theorem. So OM is nothing but root 2. Root 2 square plus MC is nothing but 1 square. So that is root 2 square is 2 plus 1, that is square root of 3. So we got OC is equal to OC. What is the value of OC? It is root 3. So now again, with O as the center, OC as the radius, draw a arc. So with O as the center, bring your compass. So keep the compass needle at O point and pencil at C point. Just take an arc. So let us say this is N. So now you see OC is equal to ON because it is the center, OC is the radius. You are drawing a semicircle like this. You are drawing an arc. So it will meet at N point. So now this ON length is equal to root 3. Clear? Similarly I want to find root 4. So though root 4 is a rational number, so how will you represent? You see. So again you draw a perpendicular line from N. Let us say this is D, and D is equal to 1. Again join what? Join O, D. So you see ON is root 3. ON is equal to root 3 and ND is equal to 1. So root 3 square is 3 plus 1 square is 1, that is 4. So 4 square root is 2. So OD is equal to 2. So now if we will again draw an arc with OD as radius from the center O, you will get, let us say this is S point. So this OS is equal to root 4, which is nothing but 2. Now how will you find root 5? Again at the point S, you draw a vertical line whose length is 1. And what is OS? OS is nothing but 2. And this SE is your 1. So now join OE. So OE, what is OE? OE is nothing but square root of, always remember Pythagoras theorem, P square plus B square is equal to H square, or H is equal to square root of P square plus B square. So here P is equal to, so here you see this is base. OS is nothing but 2 square plus P perpendicular is nothing but a 1 square, that is 4 plus 1 square root of 5. So OE is equal to square root of 5. OE length is square root of 5. Again, with O as the center, OE is the radius, draw an arc. So let us say it is meeting at T point. So now we can say the OT distance, OT distance will represent root 5 on the number line. So we can say any irrational number can be represented on the number line also by this method. Is it clear? Then question comes, how will you find root 5? How I will find root 5? If so, that means root 5 can be represented on the number line if we can able to find the value of root 4. Similarly, I want to represent root 3 on the number line. So to represent root 3 on the number line, I have to find initially what is root 2 value. Similarly, to represent a number, that is the irrational number root n, I have to represent square root of n, I have to find the value of n minus 1. So this is the way how to represent the irrational number on a number line. So we can say any rational number or irrational number can be represented in the number line. That number is called a real number. Why it is called a real number? Because we are really getting the number on the number line. Okay. But you cannot represent directly root 2, root 3 on the number line. Why? Because root 2 value is not a terminating and recurring type. So that's why you cannot represent on the number line directly, but you can represent using Pythagoras theorem. So now, question comes, suppose I want to find the value of root 7. Suppose, so this is method 2. Method 2. How will represent a number on irrational number on the number line directly? Suppose you will be asked to draw the root 7. Now to represent root 7, how will you find, what you will find? You have to find the previous square root of the previous number. That means you have to find the square root of 6. To find the value of square root of 6, you have to find again square root of 5. To find square root of 5, you have to find square root of 4, square root of 3, square root of 2. So it is a long process. So how you will find directly the root 7 on the number line? So that is the second method. How you will find, how represent the square root of x on number line directly. So this is a method. So very easy method. What you will do? You take. Suppose you want to find root 7. That means x is equal to 7. So in general, I am finding the how to represent root x on the number line. So what you do? You take a line. Let us say this is AB. So this AB value is equal to what? This AB value is equal to x. So take AB is equal to x unit. Suppose you want to find the square root of 5 centimeter. X is 5 centimeter. Or you have to find the square root of 5 meter. So you have to take x unit. X unit means either x centimeter or x meter or x kilometer. Whatever the value is given, you have to choose that. So first you take AB, which is equal to, which represents the x unit. Then from B you extend this line. That you take another line, that is BC. So this BC is equal to what? The BC is equal to 1 unit. Okay. So that means you first take AB. AB is equal to x unit. Then BC. BC is equal to 1 unit. And what is SC? SC is equal to FB plus BC, which is equal to x plus 1. Ax plus 1. Okay. So now what will do? So this is AC. You take the middle point of AC. You take the middle point of AC. Let us say this is O point. So what is O point? O point is middle of which line? AC line. How will you find the middle line? Just you know the compass, using compass, this, from A you take an arc, from C you take an arc here, from A here you take an arc, here you take an C. So just join this, so you will get the middle point. Okay, so don't make a solid line here, don't make solid line. So this is our middle point. Now what will do? With O as center and AO as radius, draw a circle, semicircle, which will pass through the C point. So here what O is so O is the middle point of AC. Now taking O as center, and OA, which is nothing but OC as radius, draw a semicircle. Is it clear? So now from B point, draw a vertical line. From B point, draw a vertical line. Let us say BD. So this BD is what? This BD is perpendicular. This BD is perpendicular to which line? AC line. Okay. So now the value of BD will give square root of x. The value of BD will give square root of x. So this is the method. I will explain. I will prove how the BD value is equal to square root of x. Is it clear? So you see, this BD will represent square root of x. How? Now proof. Is it clear? How will find? So now we'll find. Now proof. So we will prove that BD represents square root of x. Okay. So proof. So you may get proof that how will find the root x and hence proof. Okay. What is AB? AB is equal to x. BC is equal to 1. AC is equal to x plus 1. O is the middle point. So AO is the SC divided by 2, that is x plus 1 by 2. Is it clear? Okay. Now what is OB? So OB is nothing but OC minus BC. OB is nothing but OC minus BC. What is OC? OC is the radius, which is equal to OA. So OC is s plus 1 by 2. Minus what is BC? BC I have taken 1. So which is equal to x minus 1 by 2. Just subtract this, s minus 1 by 2. So now in OBD right angle triangle, you see, this is OBD right angle triangle. OBD, in OBD right angle triangle, I can say OB square plus BD square is equal to OD square. That implied BD is nothing but square root of OB square, square root of OD square minus OB square. Now what is OD? OD is nothing but radius. OD is nothing but OA. OD is nothing but OA because it is radius. It is the center. OD and is equal to OA. So what is OA? AO is equal to x plus 1 by 2 minus OB. What is OB? OB is equal to x minus 1 by 2 whole square. Square root. Clear? So this is the value. Now you calculate this. So if you will take this is A, this is B, A square minus B square. A square minus B square is nothing but A plus B into A minus B. So I can say x plus 1 by 2 A into B sorry, a plus b. Okay, a plus b whole into a minus b, that is s plus 1 by 2 minus x minus 1 by 2. So if we multiply, what will happen? You see, s plus 1 by 2 into s minus 1 by 2 is equal to x. And there is a square root. You see, there is a square root. So s plus 1 by 2 plus s minus 1 by 2 is x. So x plus 1 by 2 minus x minus 1 by 2, if you will subtract, you will get 1. So, which is equal to square root of x. So we can prove that BD is equal to what? Square root of x. So in this way you will represent the, okay. Now you see, you got root x, you got square root of x. So after getting square root of x, so with this b as the center and BD as radius, what is the value of BD? BD is nothing but square root of x. So with b as the center, BD is the radius, draw a arc. So this arc will meet, let us say, at n point. The value of B to n is equal to square root of x. Okay, so BD is equal to square root of x. Now with B as the center and BD as a radius, draw an arc on this number line. It will intersect at which point? N. So now Bn represents square root of x. Is it clear? So now with this concept, now we will calculate the square root of 5. Let us take an example. So question will be, how you will find the square root of 5? So square root of 5 can be found by using the Pythagoras theorem, or you can find the direct method. So let us say example, we'll find square root of 5 on number line. So what we'll do, first you take AB. What is the magnitude of AB? Magnitude of AB is equal to 5. Okay. Then from B to C, you take 1 unit. BC is equal to 1 unit. So what is total SC? Total SC is equal to 6. And what is the middle point? Middle point is, say, O point. So here what is the value of AO? It is 3. So 5 plus 1, 6 by 2, 3. So O is the middle point. With O as a center and OA as the radius, that is with 3 unit, 3 centimeter, 3 meter or 3 unit as radius, draw a semicircle from O point. So it will meet at A as well as C. Now from B you draw a vertical line, let us say D. So this BD will represent what? Square root of 5. So we have already proved. Now test your understanding, you practice at your home. So represent square root of 3.5 on number line. Okay, so with this today, okay, in the next class we will solve some problem. Thank you.